Marc. I mean, there's a good progression, I think, for your team here. What was working in the latter half for you?
I think our front end played terrific tonight, really set up ends. We were never in too much trouble. Ice conditions were a bit challenging with the frost, and although it didn't really affect the speed, right? It looks like it's really difficult, but rocks were running quite nice. But front end played great. Butch made a couple big shots for us, and it's just good to get through with those challenging conditions.
2 games in now, and I think it's been a lot of that, trying to figure out the conditions and the rocks and the environment, right? At what point of the week do you think you're going to get to that next level?
Good question. We know we're going to have to get to that next level, playing some of the teams that are coming up on the docket for us. So, yeah, you know what? We'll just, the old cliche, we'll take it one game at a time, see what the conditions are each and every day, and try to adapt and adjust. I thought we communicated really well tonight. I think if we can keep doing that and keeping it positive and, expecting a couple misses and being okay with it, I think is important too. I think that'll help us along the way.
You reflected a bit at where this team has kind of started at the beginning of the season, where you got now. I know there's been some rough patches, but do you feel like there's been that progression for you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're always growing. We're always getting better. We're always trying to, do better with one another. But these are 3 great guys, and we got a really good dynamic and chemistry, and we're just doing everything we can to try to bring it together, but also understanding that that's going to still take some time.
100 wins for you last night at the Brier. That must be pretty special.
Yeah. Benny made sure to tell me that he had 125 or something, though. So I don't think I'll ever catch him, unfortunately. But, that was pretty cool. I think I've been so lucky. I've been on some great teams, been around a long time, and had some great Briers. So I feel pretty grateful and fortunate to have the Brier career that I've had.
How important was a bounce-back victory for you after that opening game?
Ouais, ça a été très important de revenir avec une victoire aujourd'hui. On n'a pas exécuté précisément hier, on a manqué beaucoup de coups. Il fallait revenir avec une bonne performance. Il fallait absolument gagner cette partie-là pour rester dans la course. Puis on a réussi. Ça a été long, ça a été serré pendant un bon bout, mais au moins on a pris l'avance à la fin puis on a réussi à sortir avec une victoire.
Can you talk about the progression of the team this season and what it took to get to this point, going through provincials and getting this opportunity again?
Ouais, on a mis cette équipe-là pour aller jusqu'au Brier. Donc c'est sûr qu'on a eu une bonne saison, on a fait des bons résultats dans la majorité des tournois. Mais quand on est arrivé au provincial, on a réussi à gagner. C'était vraiment ça l'objectif. Puis d'être ici, c'est vraiment le bonus.
How does it feel to hear, that type of atmosphere and be out there again in that?
Ah, c'est excellent. C'est ce qui donne les papillons. C'est pour ça qu'on joue. Puis on est content d'avoir la foule qui sont de notre bord pour les bons coups. Puis on est content d'être ici.
Félix, congratulations on your win today.
Thank you.
After a win like a loss last night, when you get pounded like that, what's your mindset like? I mean, I saw you leave here, and you actually ran into that pole over there. I thought, these guys are really upset.
I mean, I think pounding is funny, but it's actually a good word for it. I think it was a bad performance yesterday, and Mike's team played also well, so I mean, combined it gave us a bit of a beating, but I mean, it's good to come back today and not struggle, but like find a way to win.
Yeah.
We're gonna get better throughout the week, and it's looking good for forward.
You've been at the Brier before, but you never skipped. I thought maybe the skipping part of it might have come into play a little bit last night.
Yeah, I skipped a long time ago in juniors, and then I joined a men's team, and I started playing second or third. So but I mean, my favorite position is obviously to skip. I've always been a skip and not too good of a sweeper, to be honest. So, I mean, I'm back at skipping, and it's been a great year. I mean, we've played well all year. We've had good results, and I'm really comfortable skipping.
So you're 1-1, you're back in it. That first loss, even though it was a bad one, you're right back there.
Yeah, I mean, we could have lost 7-6 on a good performance, and it would have been the same result. So, I mean, after 2 days, we're 1-1, and that's where we needed to be after yesterday's result, to win today and to give ourselves a chance going forward.
Hot, but a great atmosphere. Let's talk about that first, right? Like, how does it feel to be here in a home province and competing in this Brier?
Yeah, home province or not, just having people in the stand supporting the sport is unbelievable. Obviously, the host committee and all the organizers did such an amazing job to get the word out, and you see it everywhere in London. You see everyone, supporting. There's a lot of excitement in the city, and there's nothing better as an athlete than to be able to come to a venue like this and have that many people around.
And these people, obviously, they are cheering for Team Ontario, and Ontario is off to a good start right now, 2-0. If going in, is that what the expectation was for this squad?
Going in, I think our goal was to try and get 2 out of the first 3, and I think that would put us in good spots. So now we have a chance to even better that. So we're in a great spot. We're just trying to learn the ice and make as many shots as we can. It's just trying to have some fun and play loose seems to be kind of a good thing for our team. And having a guy like Joey on the team who's super excited and he's getting his games, it's really something I'm cherishing.
Yeah, you talk about playing loose. I mean, between the 3 of you guys up front there, like you've had a lot of those experiences. Does leaning on that experience help and kind of help Joey through it as well?
Yeah, I said to Mike before we started here, we've both had lots of experience of losing Brier, so we know what that feels like. So it doesn't, you don't have to be afraid of that feeling. You're just out there, playing your hearts out and trying to do everything to the best of your ability, and let the chips fall where they may. And so far, we're getting a few breaks, and things are lining up for us. So it's great.
Do you feel like that's a statement win, though? I mean, Wushu obviously pretty heavy favorite. Everyone kind of thinks they're always good, so I mean that's got to be big.
Well, they are. They are always good. That's the thing. I've played Brad with him, and I played against him for so many years, and he's an unbelievable athlete, and that goes down the lineup. So you have to give one of your best games to beat them, and usually hope that they're a little bit off, and that was the case tonight. We played a pretty solid game, and we've got a few uncharacteristic misses out of them, and that's bound to happen too.
Going it out the Brier so much, decided to go for an extra, eh?
Yeah. It was the shot in 10 was not the easiest shot, so I figured I'd just throw with a lot of weight. That way, if I was off just a little bit, we'd just blank and play another one.
Yeah. It worked out for you, obviously. Very important to come out with a win. How does that feel?
Yeah, it feels really good. Didn't like the way we played the first half last night, but we really liked the way we played the last 3 ends, so we just used that to build on today. And I feel personally like I'm starting to throw it a lot better now as we go, so looking good for the rest of the week.
Can you tell me about that 3-ender there? It was a pretty nice split that you made, and I think it came right down to a measure with the stick.
Yeah, they had to put the stick on to see if it was in or not, but it was the same draw to the button path, so it was basically just throw it the same and hope the corner gets in the way.
Second half of the game, was it kind of an issue of managing the Rocks, getting used to the ice, or how did the comeback kind of come from New Brunswick?
Well, we had a bad, I can't remember what end it was. The end we gave up a steal of 3 was not a great end, and I lost my draw weight for some reason that end, and it cost us, but we were able to bounce back nicely, which is good. The ice was starting to get a hair frosty. I know the ice maker's dealing with some tough conditions from the snow and rain yesterday to the mild temperatures today, so I'm sure he'll get it figured out.
We're still coming out from like the pandemic years and bubbles and low crowds and that type of thing. I know Lethbridge was pretty good, but how does it feel to see this and feel that buzz?
Yeah, this is awesome. I mean, we were kind of shocked at Lethbridge last year because it was the first kind of true Brier, I guess you'd call it. Yeah. But this year, the crowd so far, Friday and Saturday night we've played, and they've been loud and bigger, and yeah, it's awesome.